Good afternoon, everyone. How are you doing today? Good, good, awesome. So, like Stacey said, I'm with Main Street Hub. I'm actually part of our local outreach team, doing a live event, speaking at Texas Restaurant Association, also doing live webinars as well. So, coming to a screen near you. So today we're going to be going over how to become socially savvy, a 4-step system for your restaurant business. So today I decided to break it down into 4 steps of exactly how your business, your restaurant, your bar should be getting engaged with your current and future audiences through social media, email marketing, and just driving those organic, real conversations online. So one of the first steps you want to do is you want to connect with your audience on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Well, we all know Facebook's algorithm is a mess. Twitter is a great place that you can actually build relationships on, even though it takes a while. And Instagram is the best place that you can actually showcase your food, your great cocktails, different things like that for your restaurant. Now, you definitely want to take a deeper look into Instagram and actually start showcasing your bar or your restaurant visually on that platform. You want to capture their attention with great photos, whether that's a wide-angle lens or your iPhone. So definitely want to make sure you're brushed up on those best skills to show off your food and your drinks on Instagram as well. And next, how to create a successful email marketing strategy. So I'm sure everyone has an email address. You had to have one to pretty much register for today and to get into this. So you definitely want to make sure that you're focusing on email marketing. So 2 reasons why. 1, you want to focus on your current audience, capture their attention with discounts, promos, but also your future audience as well. How you're going to engage with them and how you're actually promoting your business to those future customers. And lastly, how to extend your customer service online. So you all have a brick and mortar store or food truck that all of your patrons come to visit. But when they leave, you definitely want to make sure that you have that same great customer service online, just like you do in person. Oh, and also, don't forget to tweet us at Main Street Hub. So you can find us on Twitter, Instagram, and also Facebook. And then also tweet at Texas Restaurant Association. And also use our hashtag that we have today, Socially Savvy. So let your colleagues know you're getting educated today, you're having fun while eating some great food and learning about social media for your local business. So how to connect with your audience on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So one of the very first things that you want to do when actually coming up with a brand for your business online, or actually how to connect with your audience in a different way, you definitely want to learn how to define your voice and your brand. So just like in Mr. B's Gastropub, cocktails equals instant mood boosters. So this is really important. This is actually telling you a couple of things. You know they make great cocktails. They're going to be a different variety. And at the same time, you know it's going to instantly boost your mood, but you definitely want to connect with them in a picture like this on Facebook. So you want to define your voice and your brand by asking yourself a couple of questions. First, you want to figure out what you need to start posting online. And I'll go into that a little bit more, but you don't want to post the same content over and over again. How many of us have been on a first date and it's gone really sour after the first date? No callback, no text, nothing. So that's what's happening on social media. The more you talk about yourself on social media, the less your audience is going to get engaged with you online. So make it about them. Get engaged with them. Show some great cocktails. And also, you want to think about who your audience is. Are you aiming it towards more women, a younger crowd, men, bachelorette parties, bachelor parties? You want to make sure that you're looking at your audience and making sure that you're pinpointing exactly who you want to come into your business. More than likely, who do you want to get engaged with online and come into your business to have food or drink with you as well? So in this next example with the local, come on by, we've saved you a seat. So this is just an example of how you can actually show off your space in a different way, whether that's inside or outside your restaurant or bar. Some people are no longer driving up to your business, seeing if you're open or closed. This is now your storefront online. So you definitely want to make sure that you're getting engaged with your audience by doing this and by showing them exactly how your business looks, what you have to offer, menu, drinks, what your staff looks like. Everybody wants to see that online because your storefront now is your social media sites. Your Facebook, your Twitter, your Instagram, your Google, your TripAdvisor, and your Yelp page. This is your storefront. No longer are we going looking through the phone book. We use that as a doorstop now. So you definitely want to make sure that you're showcasing everything online to define your voice and your brand online. So you want to pay attention to the time of the day. Just like when you get a great email, or if you have kids, your kids are like, hey, can you sign this permission slip for me to take a field trip the next day? I always did that. So you definitely want to make sure that you're looking at the time in the day of when you're posting. You want to post at the right time of day, but also you want to post the right type of content. So like in this example with South Kitchen and Bar, tonight's special, pan-seared amberjack forbidden rice, bacon northern beans, and cherimoula. So they have this great picture. It's here actually on Twitter, and they posted this at 2:45 p.m. right before dinner. Now this is a great time because your happy hour starts around 3 to 6 normally, so you definitely want to make sure you're putting at the right time right before dinner, or if it's before lunch, putting it a little bit earlier in the morning, around 11 o'clock or so. But just because you post something at a certain time of the day doesn't mean it's always going to work for you. So that's why you have to test and track and actually make sure that what you're posting and when you're posting is going to be working for your business. But more importantly, look at what your neighbors are doing. If there's a restaurant right next door to you that you're good friends with, look at what they're posting on social media. It's not copying, it's you working smarter, not harder. So you definitely want to make sure you're experimenting with times of day that you're going to be posting, and also the different types of content that you're posting as well online. So you want to vary your content. With this example with Salt and Smoke STL, they do a variety of posts, especially on their Instagram page. The first post over here is talking about a whole hog roast. So you want to promote your business, you want to promote your events, but you don't want to be too salesy. So when you have events that are coming up, make sure you sprinkle that in about once or twice a week. But I always suggest posting at least 2 to 3 times a week across all of your social media sites whenever you can. So that's Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You want to be posting, but you also want to be mixing that posting up as well to make sure you're getting a variety of posts. Just like you're speaking about a variety of things, you offer a variety of things for your business, whether that's drinks, food items. You want to make sure you're varying that content as well. Now, in this next example, bad days are best forgotten over barbecue and bourbon. They have a great bourbon selection. Why not show that off? Nobody wants to read text on your Facebook page or your Instagram or your Twitter. I can read that all day long. But what I want to see are actual visuals. Are you going to have Bullet? Are you going to have Kentucky Gentleman? Are you going to have Maker's Mark? What type of bourbon do you have, or bourbon that I haven't seen yet that I can actually come in and try? Or maybe you have a bourbon tasting or whiskey tasting or something to that effect. And this is going to definitely grab your audience's attention over just some simple, plain words. Visuals are there to capture your audience's attention, especially on your Instagram page. Now in this last example, all the way over to my left, Salt and Smoke said, don't just tell mom you love her, prove it. And they just did a simple post with some great food, and some great food that you would want to go in and eat right away, or make a reservation for your mom for Mother's Day if you were like me, flew in to surprise her, and actually made a reservation at the last minute. So your audience is always looking on social media to make sure that they can keep up with your business, but more importantly, you want to make sure you're keeping up with your audience as well. So you want to be right in the palm of their hands, and that's in their cell phones. So how many of us have an iPhone? How many of y'all have an Android? All right, so that's all connected through your Yelp, Google Apps, but more importantly, that's where your customers are. When they're looking up a restaurant on your Android phone, they're going to come across your Google page first. If I'm on my Yelp and I'm looking up a restaurant here in San Antonio, I'm going to come across my Yelp results first as well. You definitely want to make sure those pages are claimed as well, because this is the first side of your business that they're going to be seeing online. So show off your team. How many of y'all do Employee of the Month or Employee of the Week? Show of hands. Anybody? Okay, a few of us. All right. So a great way to actually introduce your staff to your audience, whether that's current or that's your future audience, is actually through social media. So this is a simple thing they actually did. Clark Standard in Athens, Georgia, actually took a picture on the iPhone, very simple. You have portrait mode now, even on Instagram, that you can easily turn a drab picture into a really awesome picture as well. And then you can just write a little bit about your staff member. Maybe they're graduating soon. Maybe they have a certain drink they like or a certain meal they like. You definitely want to highlight that as well, because that's going to connect your audience with your staff members, and it's going to make them feel even more comfortable walking into your restaurant. And just like in this next example, with Dog Kitchen. So it's National Employee Appreciation Day. How many of y'all remembered that? So that's also a key thing to highlight as well, is if you have any important national holidays, holidays that are local to your community, Mother's Day, Father's Day, make sure you're penciling that in in your calendar. You don't want to miss these holidays because they're going to be really important for not only your consumers, but also you as a business as well, connecting with more people. And so let your team know what they thought of your last night. So this is just really easy, really simple. You can take this during dinner, lunch, breakfast, easily get a picture of your staff and show that off. Something simple, something easy and quick that you can actually take home today and do it on your own. So sharing visual content. I know we've talked about Instagram just a little bit, and Instagram is a very visual heavy platform, but at the same time, you don't want to forget Facebook as well. And I know Facebook is changing their algorithm, but at the same time, you want to make sure while you're varying that content, you're also varying what you post as well. So maybe you're incorporating pictures of your staff, food. Maybe you're incorporating reviews that you've had, and you want to cross-promote those positive reviews over to your social media sites, spreading more word of mouth. But always, always remember that you definitely want to have visual over text, because everyone's going to remember more visual things than they are going to remember the written word. So that's what you definitely want to be seeing on your social media sites, on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And this is just another great example of having something visual, but also another way that you can also do photography as well is from above. Don't be scared to stand in a chair and go over and take a picture just like this. It may seem crazy. I know you probably see a lot of the people that visit your restaurants do that. They're like, please get down before you break your neck. But it's something that's going to actually capture the audience's attention, keep them coming back to see what's going on with your business, but also see how things are changing with your menu, your cocktail menu, anything like that. Now, hashtags. How many of us use hashtags for our restaurant or our bar? Okay, all right, a few of us. So the easiest thing when you're trying to develop a hashtag is to just type in a simple word that maybe is on your menu. Hashtag steak, hashtag cocktail. Those are simple things that you actually want to try out, but the most important thing is this part right here. So Instagram is really popular for having hashtags as well as Twitter. So not only when I type in hashtag Pancake Tuesday, it also tells me how many times that hashtag has been used. So you can see how popular it is, but more importantly, when you're using hashtags, you want to make it localized as well. So for instance, Austin, Texas has a lot of things like hashtag local ATX, hashtag ATX beer. You can do the same for San Antonio, Houston, Dallas, whatever city you're in. Make it localized, but more importantly, look at what other businesses are doing around you, because you want to see exactly if that's trending, if that's working, if it's not working, and how you can actually use your business and your own hashtags to make sure you're getting out there in the search. Because whenever you use a hashtag online, you're more likely to get recognized in a post, because when you're using these hashtags, it's more likely for you to get retweeted, reposted at least 30% more. So using hashtags, it is going to take a while. It's also going to take a while to make sure they actually work and you're actually using the right ones. So that's why you experiment, you test, you track. Just because one hashtag works on Twitter doesn't mean it's going to work on Instagram or Facebook. So make sure you try out different things on different platforms. So in this example with Mama Boy's Athens, they said chocolate chip cherry pancakes, hashtag Pancake Tuesday. So if they did this every Tuesday, this is not repeating themselves. This is not a lot. This is just every Tuesday. That's 4 times a month, sometimes 3. So you definitely want to make sure that you're coming up with something local like this, that yes, is very popular, but at the same time, it's local to you as well. So you can do hashtag ATX Pancake Tuesday. Or if you want to give out a wellness tip for vodka, if it's National Vodka Day or National Tequila Day. I heard tequila actually gets rid of headaches and migraines. Haven't tried that yet, but I think I might. So you definitely want to make sure that you're doing your research and you're having fun with this. That's the most important part. It's not being stale like that first date that you're never going to call again. It's going to be the second, the third, the fourth date. We're going to have a lot of fun. You're going to get to know that person and get to know your audience, connect with them. So this is also one of my favorite examples. Superica, Atlanta, where breakfast meets lunch, barbecue brisket sandwich, hashtag brunch. Now, hashtag brunch, you're like, okay, that's pretty basic, pretty simple, but at the same time, everyone loves brunch. So I moved here from Georgia, and brunch is huge in Texas. It's crazy. Everyone loves it. So capitalize on that. People love brunch, people love drinking, people love going out. Make sure that you're hitting it at the right time by using hashtags such like this, hashtag brunch, hashtag essay brunch, or even using your restaurant name and using brunch on the end of that. And also incorporate that in some sentences as well. And like I said, test and track and try it again and again. So how many of us have no time to take any kind of pictures, anything, or post on social media whatsoever? Any kind of hands? Does anyone struggle with what to post on a daily basis? Okay. So the best thing to do is actually use user-generated content. I love user-generated content. It does two things. Number one, it gets you engaged with your audience. The reason why it does that is because you have to ask your audience, hey, can we actually use this picture that you took? And number two, it makes them feel a part of your brand every single day, no matter what. So you're talking about creating brand loyalty, getting more customers in, creating a better engagement with your current customers. User-generated content is the best way to go. So in this example with Hillside Pharmacy, burger night, $15 grass-fed Texas burger, fries and old fashioned. And they actually did hashtag Texas beef, hashtag grass-fed, hashtag ATX, when they gave credit to the person that actually took the photo. So that's actually happened to me where restaurants use my photo, and I'm like, yes, of course you can use that. It got me really excited. What do you do? And they're like, we just take this, we edit a little bit, and we put it on our page. So that creates more engagement, not only with them, but also from my friend base as well. So using user-generated content is going to be really important in your business because it's saving you time, and it's also a way that you can backlog and get engaged with those future and current customers as well, and also create brand loyalty with your audience as well. So in this example, Polly's Atlanta, another great example of using generated content. Take a dip into one of our favorite treats, our baked brie appetizer. It pairs perfectly with half-off bottle of wine, which are available until 11 p.m. tonight. So even a user-generated post, sliding into something as an event or a promotion is really easy as well. And you're also using user-generated content, and it's probably someone that frequents your restaurant, frequents your bar. And that's going to create more positive word of mouth for your business and spreading engagement along those lines as well through all those different social media platforms. All right, now we're going to be taking a look at how to take professional photos for your restaurant. I'm no professional photographer by any means at all, but Instagram, your iPhone, your Android has made it so easy for you to actually take these great photos and showcase them on your social media sites. So in this example with Clark Standard, they actually took just a simple photo right here of chicken parm. They have a beer faded out, a side salad with some dressing on the side. So chicky parm parm, if anyone's familiar with Tom Haverford or Parks and Rec, love that show. Sammy Special, Tom Haverford approved. So I love this post because they're making it relevant. They're using a show that everyone typically tends to look at, but also it's a great photo. And this is something easy that you can simply wow your audience on Instagram. Just by taking a simple photo using your Instagram app, your iPhone X, iPhone 8, or even your Android. And also using that portrait mode as well, where you're focusing on what you want your audience to see. And that's the chicken parmesan sandwich. So whenever you're framing, and just like they framed it up right on the line with that, you can also go above. Remember, if people are standing in chairs, don't get onto them just yet unless they fall and break something. But hey, if they get a good picture, say like, hey, can I see that picture? Can we actually use that in our feed later on this week? Get involved with them right there. Create that organic conversation with that audience right in the moment. So this is from Hillside Pharmacy. And just a simple hashtag cocktails, hashtag sauce, and hashtag cheers. Just a simple above shot that you can take easily with any type of phone. And just make sure that you're showing off a great drink and luring those customers in to come have a drink and take a load off at your restaurant or your bar. Something very simple, very easy, that you can snag in a matter of a few minutes, post it, edit it, and there you go. You have a great photo for your Instagram page or even your story. So this is one of my favorite examples. I know it's around lunchtime, so I'm getting a little bit hungry as well. So last resort is the red velvet, your favorite. They just asked a simple question. Another form of content that you all should be using for your social media sites is asking your audience this question. So in this, they have a very detailed shot of the cake with some Oreo cookie crumbs, but also the detail to the picture as well. So you want to make sure that with the framing, you're getting it right on the money as well. So that those little details, the crevices of the frosting, the crinkles in the fries, the grease falling off the burger, those freshly cut tomatoes that you're having. You want to get all of those small details, and that's all through framing. So whether you're going above, you're getting right in line with the shot, you want to make sure that you're taking a lot of different photos to get different little angles to make sure you're getting the best photo that you possibly can on Instagram. Now, this is a really great one for lighting. So when you're doing lighting, you want to make sure, none of us have a full studio to work with. I know I don't. So whenever you're doing lighting, especially for restaurants, go outside, get near a window. Natural light is your best friend. How many of us actually turn on the flash as soon as they start to take a picture? Nobody. Okay, good. So somebody almost raised their hand. They're like, I'm going to put it down. I'm not going to do that. So when you're taking pictures, make sure you use natural lighting. Just like if someone takes a picture of you, you want to make sure they get everything that's natural about you. You don't want to have anything fake, edited, filters. You want to have all that gone. So using natural light is going to be your best friend. Now with Garage Mahal Austin, what they did is brunch is ready. Again, people love brunch. People love to eat and drink and have a good time. So you definitely want to make sure you're showcasing off exactly what the food is going to look like. More importantly, what even the table looks like. And it really makes the picture pop, really adds value, really makes you stop and say, wow, I want to go eat that food. Bye everyone, I'll eat with you later. I'm going to go to Garage Mahal today and make a reservation. So those are some quick and easy things that you want to be doing as far as with your Instagram page. Framing, lighting, making sure that you're making the most out of this page to make your customers come back to this page and also get future customers engaged as well. So mind your grid. So everyone's like, a grid, what does that mean? I'm not doing charts, I'm not on Excel. Okay, you're right, you're not. So your Instagram grid is your latest 9 photos that you have. This is really, really important. So this is a visual representation of what your business encompasses. More importantly, it should be varied. It should also be on brand and be consistent, just like your staff is. Just like when somebody comes up to order, they already know exactly what to say. They know how to treat your customers. You want to make sure all the way from your staff to your social media sites, it's consistent day in and day out. So minding your grid, you definitely want to make sure that you have a great visual representation of your restaurant. Staff photos, drink, new menu items. Maybe you have a new logo that's appeared. So you definitely want to make sure all this is consistent, but it's also varied as well. If you're a restaurant, show off your food. Don't be afraid. That's why I'm coming to your restaurant. It's for the great food, the great experience, and to have a great time. And so you definitely want to make sure you're showcasing that online because no one's just driving up to a restaurant saying, I'm going to give this a try because this looks great. I'm going to hop on Instagram. Are they on Instagram? No. Yelp? Maybe. So you definitely want to make sure that you're on all these sites because this is your storefront now. So how to create a successful email marketing strategy. How many of y'all do email marketing for your restaurant or bar right now? Show of hands? Okay, some of you. All right, so email marketing is really important. So it's a great way to engage with your customer base, not only with your current customers, but also your future customers. I get promotions all the time, and so that's really helpful because, especially in Austin, bigger cities like San Antonio, Houston, Dallas, you're having so many things thrown at you, but you want to make sure you're picking out the right ones. And so through email marketing, you can make sure that you grab your audience's attention in a matter of 11.1 seconds. In 11.1 seconds, a customer is deciding whether to come into your business or not, but also that's how long it takes for them to read an email. So make sure that grabs their attention. So what emails, think about that. What email stands out to you that grabs your attention? What makes you go to that sale at the Gap, Old Navy, Target? I'm a huge fan of Target, so sorry. But you also just want to make sure that you're really going to engage with them by making sure that email marketing is standing out to them, and it's going to get them engaged, whether that's promos, events going on, what have you. So one of the first steps is optimize your email sends. So when you do this, you want to make sure that your email is strong. I don't want to just get an email saying, hey, we have this special going on. That's it. Okay, that's awesome, that's great, but what is this special? Is there a coupon I can click to? Do I need to bring in something? Do I need to order an entree? Is there a visual that I can see? Just because you say free nachos doesn't mean I'm going to come. I want to see what these nachos look like. Are there chorizo? Is there pineapple on there? Are there jalapenos? You want to make sure that in this email, just like in your social media sites, you're telling a story. And that's what these social media sites are for. You're telling your story online, just like you would communicate to them in the actual store. So the next thing, use great visuals. Use great visuals. I cannot repeat that enough. Even if your daughter, your son, your husband, somebody takes a picture of the food, make sure that it's a good picture, but use visuals day in and day out. And make sure that you have that call to action as well in this. And I'll go into that in just a little bit. But make it simple, make it easy to read, because that's what everyone's looking for. And this visual drives you straight to what they want you to see. Want some free cheese? Yes, I want some free cheese. I want to come in for some good queso. That's exactly what you want your audience to see, and that's what you want them to get from this email. One thing, that's free cheese. And then, of course, they have details at the bottom of what that includes, whether that's an entree, an appetizer. You want to make sure you have all that information in there to make sure they're getting the most they can out of this email. So keeping it simple. In school, I know we're like, keep it simple, stupid. Don't want to call anyone stupid, but you definitely want to keep it simple. That's the most important thing. If there's so many things going on in an email, I'm going to delete it and archive it. I don't want to read that email anymore. Throw it in my trash, my junk. It's not worth it to me. When you put out a clean, simple email, just like the one I showed you from Eastside Tavern, that's all you need. I see exactly what I want to do. There's details below. I know what the company is from, and I also had a capturing subject line as well. So making sure you're keeping it simple, making sure there's a call to action, and making sure you're using great visuals in your email as well as in your social media sites. So you definitely want to pepper in promotions and specials. Now, this is very simple. Oglethorpe University did this, Student Appreciation Day. Half price on the entire menu, all day with Oglethorpe ID. So even if you don't have a college near you, or you have a local school near you, make it a book challenge for high school or elementary or middle school students. Make it a summer reading thing. Get your community involved. That's the most important thing as well. When you're doing promotions or specials, look at your demographic. Look at how your seasons change as well. Spring, summer, fall, winter. Do more people come in? Do more people go out? So making sure that you're keeping up with that as well, and making sure you're getting the community involved, whether that's the local college, schools, what have you. Making sure that you're part of the community is going to also help those people of those emails and make you seem more authentic, more real, and also get more customers through the door and get them attracted to your business as well. So integrate your email and social media. I know we've heard of this FOMO, fear of missing out. That's a really big thing, and it's a really popular thing, especially with millennials. And I know you've probably heard a lot of talk about millennials. So millennials are going to be the biggest drivers, especially with social media, and making sure that you're staying top of mind with them as well. So Rosita's Mexican Restaurant said, your worries will subside when you sign up for our emails. Very easy, very simple. Leave a link to subscribe to your email. Easy and simple and done. And just incorporate that both ways. Let's say that you have user-generated content that was posted on your social media sites. Include that in your email as well. So sprinkle in your social media to your email newsletter, and also sprinkle in your email subscriber list into your social media as well. So you're getting twofold. You're also doing two things at once, killing two birds at once, and making sure that you're getting the most out of these sites, as well as your email marketing list as well. All right, so have a clear call to action. The clear call to action is going to be exactly what you want them to do. Do you want them to come in next? Do you want them to sign up for something? Do you want them to come in for a happy hour? Do you have a tasting going on? Making sure that's clearly identified right in the email, making sure they know exactly what you're talking about and what the purpose of this email was for. That's the whole reason why you're sending an email. You're not just sending an email just to be sending an email. You have a reason to be sending an email. So make sure that you're also limiting your monthly sends. Nobody wants to get an email every single day, just like nobody wants to get a text from a business every single day. And you also don't want to be posting on your social media sites every single day. So limit your monthly sends. I suggest doing 1 to 2 sends a month, unless you have maybe a VIP club or a loyalty program worked in, making sure you save that extra spot for them. So I would limit your monthly sends to 1 to 2 times a month, maybe every other week, and also saving room for your VIP customers, special events that are going on, whether that's holiday closures or even if you have to revamp, redo your menu. Save that time and make sure that when you send those emails out, they actually count. All right, and now one of my favorite topics to talk about, especially with restaurants, is extending your customer service online. How many of y'all are on Yelp and Google already? How many of y'all respond to all of your reviews? How many of you cross-promote your reviews? Okay, so it was big and then it got a little bit lower and lower. All right, so extending your customer service online. Remember, your storefront now is your social media, your review sites, Yelp, Google, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TripAdvisor. These big sites are what your audiences are looking at, and this is how they're getting connected with you online on a daily basis. So you always want to encourage feedback. Your consumers are less likely to leave you positive reviews over negative reviews. And everyone's like, well, that's not really true. It is. So your consumers are less likely to leave you positive reviews because they have a great experience, great service. They're going to go on about their day. But if their kid was late, they fell, got to get your tires rotated, that took forever, you can't get a rental car, you got to get to work. And then you go to lunch and this one thing is out of place. They gave you a Diet Coke instead of a Coke. They gave you iceberg instead of romaine. And then it just breaks loose. And then you just leave a negative review. And then you, the business owner, has to respond back to that review without getting too angry, getting too upset. So this is why I always suggest encouraging feedback is the best way you're going to get those positive reviews to flow in. More importantly, how you're going to get that great feedback of what you're doing right, what you could be doing better for your business online. So a simple way, like Bill's Fish House did, a great dining experience deserves an encore. And they just left their Yelp link right there. As you can see, this got 123 likes and loves on here. Now, just a simple way for you to encourage more feedback from your audience, but also show future customers the great things that you're doing in-house and how well you love your audience and your customers as well. Just encouraging that positive feedback along the way. So this is just another example from Free Willer Pizza. Celebrate National Tell a Story Day by sharing yours. And they just left their Yelp link as well, and just a great visual. So whenever you leave a Yelp link or you encourage that feedback, always accompany it with a great visual, whether that's you getting engaged with that customer, whether that's you just picture of your staff or some of your food. Make it visual, make it easy, make it simple, and always have a link that they're easily to click to. Simple and easy and done. So, responding to reviews. So you want to respond to all your reviews. I suggest responding within 24 to 48 hours, but ultimately, if you respond, you respond. It doesn't matter how long you take, as long as you get back engaged with that customer and let them know that you're trying to rectify the situation, or you're cross-promoting that positive review from your Yelp and Google and TripAdvisor page over to your social media sites, helping spread more positive word of mouth about your business. So one, in this review, they said horrible service, horrible food. Since they renovated their space, the menu is not the same. Be aware, online menus isn't what they have there. So, exactly what you want to do is how this business owner responded back to this customer. Number one, you want to use their first name. Now, if it's not their first name, if it's like a bot, don't use it. Just read the review and make sure it's not a bot or anything like that. So, Jair, while I'm glad you came by, I'm sorry to hear you were disappointed in your experience. We can assure you that we take customer service very seriously and have spent a lot of time perfecting our new recipes. We're sorry you were unimpressed, and we hope to get the chance to make a better impression in the future. George, General Manager. So they do a couple of things. One, they make it personal by using the first name. Not that hard. If you're not using the first name in your responses, make sure you start including that as well. Read that review. Had his name right there, not hard to miss it. Second, identify the pain point. He said the menu's online, the food wasn't that great, the service wasn't that great. They hit all of these in that response, and a very well-crafted response from the business owner. And then also take ownership of what's going on. If something's happening, this is when you have to say, okay, this did happen, this is on us, but how can we make it better for you the next time that you come visit? How can we improve your customer experience the next time? So definitely want to make sure you're doing that as well. And then also, learn how to defend your restaurant, but also apologize at the same time. So how many of y'all get reviews? They're like, well, this, and this happened, but did you tell the staff? Did you tell the manager that was on duty? Nobody does. And they're like, oh, they can read my mind. No one can read your mind except Miss Cleo, and we all know where she is. So you definitely want to make sure that you're actually defending your business, apologizing, and getting engaged with your audience online. That's why responding to these reviews, showing great customer service online is so important, because this is your storefront now, and this is what your future audience is looking at, and they're deciding to go with your restaurant or somebody else. Now, TripAdvisor. Everyone's like, oh, I'm not a destination. I'm not in Palm Beach. I'm not here or there. It doesn't matter. If you're a restaurant bar, I suggest highly setting up a TripAdvisor page. It doesn't matter where you are. If you have a hotel, motel near you, more than likely they're looking at that on TripAdvisor as well, and they're looking at different places to go eat. So TripAdvisor has 315 million unique visitors each month. 315 million, that's a lot. So you definitely want to make sure you're getting engaged with your audience online, whether that's a negative, positive, neutral review, and you're responding to those reviews as well. Getting engaged with the customers, responding to their reviews, but when you have those positive reviews, cross-promoting them as well. Putting them on other social media sites, spreading that positive word of mouth, creating that positive word for your business as well. Because now your customers are not going to always do that. They're not going to always put you in the best light. Sometimes you have to do a little bit more of the work and put yourself in the best light that you can. So in this example, I know these are a little bit long, so that's why I'm not really reading these out, but just definitely want y'all to get the feel of how people are responding to reviews, but more importantly, why you should be responding to these reviews online and having that same great connection in person, but also on these sites as well. So in this review, it's a little bit long, but you definitely want to make sure that when you are responding, whether that's a neutral, 4-star, 5-star, you're also taking advantage and responding back privately as well. So yes, respond back publicly to this review, but also take a chance and respond back privately. So when you respond back privately, you also have the chance to usher your audience to your Facebook page, your Twitter page, your Instagram page, putting more eyes on those pages where you want more followers, more likes, more participation on these pages. And so that just gives them another chance of saying, oh wow, they want me to get engaged with them. They saw that I left a review. Just taking another chance to actually show great customer service online. That's all you're doing. Now, cross-promoting your reviews. How many people actually take the chance to take a positive review from Yelp, Google, or Facebook and put it on their Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram pages? Okay, awesome. Not many people say yes, so I was really surprised. So with this one, with Bill's Fish House, they say, who agrees with Justin? Very popular place to eat fried catfish, small town friendly service that should be mimicked everywhere. Definitely worth the drive. Justin S. via Google. This is so easy. Taking a simple review from Yelp, Google, TripAdvisor, copying and pasting it using an app called Canva. So C-A-N-V-A, just something simple, easy that you can do. It's going to put you in the best light, show future customers you have great customer service online, and also that you're proud of what you're doing in-house. You're proud of your business, and also what your customers are saying about your business as well. And it's just going to instill trust in your local community, but also in future people are looking where to go eat, where to go have a drink, where to have a happy hour. You want to make sure they're seeing this online as well. So, know we covered a lot of information in a short time, but I definitely want to allow some time for Q&A as well. And also, there should be some white slips in your seat. So we're doing a raffle for a Google Home. If you can fill those out, we're going to do a raffle in the next few minutes before this ends to see who wins one. So if you can fill one out, there should be one. If not, there should be some around you. And if there's not around you, look to your neighbor, your left and your right. Some of y'all might have put it in your bag already. Take those back out. Let's fill those out for a raffle for a Google Home. But definitely went over to how to connect your audience on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Making sure you're connecting with the audience on a broader level, making sure you're getting engaged with them on a localized level as well, where that's hashtags, content, bearing that content, engaging posts, entertaining posts, informational. You're the expert in your industry. Lend that to them. And then how to take professional looking photos that showcase your bar or restaurant on Instagram. You want to make sure you're hitting it with framing, lighting, but you also want to make sure that when you are taking photos that you're taking a lot. You have a lot to pick from, just like if you're on a photo shoot. You just don't want 3 or 4 and be like, oh, this is as good as it's going to get. No, spend some time, get there a little bit early, let your cooks make some really good dishes, and showcase that on your pages online. Make them want to come to your business. Show them that mouth-watering food. And then create a successful email marketing strategy, making sure you're keeping it simple, making sure you're optimizing those email sends, but more importantly, making sure you have a clear call to action. That's the most important part, a clear call to action, and a great subject line as well. And then last but not least, extending your customer service online. just like you do in person. You want to make sure that you're having that great customer service online, just like you would in person. But more importantly, this is your storefront online now. So your storefront are your social media sites, your review sites. How you get engaged with your audience is how your business is being seen online. And it's deciding whether people want to come to your business or just go somewhere else. So definitely make sure that you're doing all these 4 tips to become socially savvy. But also tweet us at Main Street Hub. We're also at booth 536 right over here. And also tweet us at Texas Restaurant Association and use the hashtag socially savvy. But now I'm going to open it up to Q&A. We have about 4 minutes left. So if you have any questions, raise your hand and let's go. Yes, ma'am.
Do you need to ask permission to use other people's reviews if they've left or their photos and things like that? And how do you go about doing that?
Okay. So she asked a great question. Do you need to ask permission to use photos, people's reviews, after they've left a review? 100% yes. The reason why it gets you engaged with your audience to develop that brand loyalty, but also more importantly, you just want to make sure, unless maybe they shouldn't have been out that night, or they shouldn't be eating there. So you definitely want to make sure you're asking their permission as well. But it just creates really that big brand loyalty between you and your customers, instilling that trust on a local level. And it's also spreading more positive word of mouth about you and your business as well. Just another way for you to get engaged and stay top of mind online.